Welcome back to another video from Slide Cow. My name is Yo-Yo and together we're going to make your slides amusing. Today we're going to create a slide with a moving background. And believe me, it is really easy to do. Let's get started. Step 1, grab a video or a GIF. So the first thing you want to do is grab a high quality, high resolution video or GIF. Obviously you need the animation part to make an animated slide, right? So a good resource that I use for this sort of stuff, which is free by the way, is Pixabay. Pixabay.com has a lot of videos that you can use. They're easy on the licensing. You don't need any attribution, so it's a really easy resource for anyone in the world to get some videos and put them into your PowerPoint slides. I'm just going to go ahead and search water pool because we're making a water related slide. Maybe water is this core of my talk. And I'm going to specifically search for videos here and search that again. And we have something that looks like this. This looks pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and download that. But while I do that, we can move over to the next step. Step 2, set up the slide. So the first thing you want to do in this step is to grab onto your video. You can just drag and drop it into your slide and the magic will happen. And you can tell this is a video because if you hit the play button, it moves, ladies and gentlemen, it moves. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to move this over here and make sure it takes up my entire slide background. Just like that. That's pretty awesome, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate it and I'm going to make a blank slide. So we have our moving background in this slide. We're going to be using that very shortly. And it's a pretty cool slide to have, but now we need a foreground. So we have to design the foreground. How do we design a foreground that looks cool? Well, honestly, you can do with a few simple shapes and your favorite font, favorite word, and you're good to go. I'll show you what I mean. Let's go to Insert, let's go to Text Box and just draw the text box here. I'm just going to type in water. I'm going to change the font to 92 Sans Black. There we go. And I'm just going to keep increasing it like so. And I'm going to center it just like this. It doesn't matter where you put it for now. Don't worry about that. Second step, go to Insert, go to Shapes, bring on a rectangle. Draw it out like that, right click, click send to back, and we go to format, merge shapes, and what you want to do here is strictly just go to intersect, so you can have a vector. And what I mean by vector is that this element, this text box is no longer a text box. Like magic, it turned into a shape. So you can change the color, you can, put an outline to it, you can do whatever you'd like. So that doesn't interest us right now though. What I want to do is I want to focus on the sizing, right? So I want to make sure that my little text or shape that forms text is centered on the slide just like so. And I'm going to make this black right now and remove the outline. So this is the first part and I think it looks good, but I think we can still do a little more. I think we can do just a little bit more, right? We can go to Insert, click on Shapes, and just keep things easy. Just click on a rectangle here and just draw a rectangle like this, right? Just bring it up all the way here. So I'm using these guides here, as you can see, on the right and left, and I use these because it helps you sort of map out the slide and get the best sort of layout for the shapes. You can go ahead and use your own, and to do that you just have to go to View and click on Guides and just play around with that as much as you want. Remember, if you want to add more guides or subtract more guides, all you have to do is hold Control, move left and right to add a guide wherever you'd like. And if you don't want that guide anymore, just throw it off the slide, just like that. So anyway, back to reality. We're going to decrease the size of this just slightly, right? And we're going to remove the outline so we can get a better look of things, make it black as well, like so. And we're going to actually bring in another little piece here and one more, right? So I have 3 of these right now. And what I could do now is I can sort of play around with the, let's say the spacing between each element and the width of each element. So first things first, I'm going to play around with the spacing. I'm going to hold Control and click on all 3. Go to Arrange, go to Align, click on Distribute Vertically, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this one over here and this one over here. Easy peasy. And then I guess we can add a little bit more over here. And what we can do just to keep things easy is just Control-C, Control-V, group these guys up like this, spin it around on its head like that, spin a little bit too much, and just move it just like this. And then that's really it. It's basically that. You want to also hold the Control-G for this one and group everything up, because what we're going to do now is make sure that everything is centered and where it needs to be. That's the really important thing. And to do that, you want to highlight all the three elements just like so. Go to Arrange, go to Align, and click on Distribute Vertically. I want to make sure that there's a bit more space between the text and the little elements that we added here, the rectangular elements. So we have two choices here. We can either reduce the actual text box, but I don't want to do that. What I think I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to bring this down just like this, reduce the height like that. And I'm going to delete this and just do this process again. So this is actually a good sort of topic for me to get into. Designing a good PowerPoint slide, you're not going to get it right from the first go. There's always a moment of time where you're looking at the slide and you're saying, hey, I think that could be better if I move it here, or maybe if I make this smaller. Let me try and reiterate. That's why you sort of have to take your time, don't rush, plan ahead if you need to design a great slide, and things will look great, I promise. So, okay, this looks much better now. We have a lot more space in between the elements. We have, the elements aren't so empowering, so to speak. So I think this looks great. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna highlight everything. We're gonna press Control G, and we're going to do it one more time just to make sure we have everything. Yep, we do have everything. We're gonna highlight everything one more time. I'm not gonna say the word everything except for that time. And go to Format, Merge Shapes, and click on Union. Right? And what that does is that makes sure that this is all just one shape. This is all just one shape now. You can change the color, you can do whatever you'd like to this. But that's not what interests us. What interests us is that we need a foreground. If we were to go to if we were to hold Control and press C, which is copy, and paste it here, it won't look as good, right? Because if you were to sort of look at it like this and press play, it doesn't look right. Even if it was white, it still wouldn't look great. It would look okay, but it wouldn't do it justice. So what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna crop this into a foreground. And what I mean by that is basically go to Insert, click on Shapes, click on this rectangle, draw out a rectangle like this, right click, click on Send to Back, and with the rectangle selected, hold Control, click on the foreground. Remember, it's just one shape now, right? It's just one shape. Make sure you do this step because it's really important. Go to Format, go to Merge Shapes, and then click on Subtract. Now what we have is a foreground, okay? If we make this white, and then we click on No Outline, and just copy and paste, and fix it up as best as we can, that looks much better. Much better. Ooh, it looks great. So let's check it out now. Ooh, that's pretty. That's pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a bit fast, but it does the job. I like this. I like it. I like it, like it. Okay, so, but there is a little bit more we can do. I feel like the color's a little bit too bright here. So what we can do is add a gradient. And to do that, we're just gonna hold Shift, bring this down. We're gonna save this for later, obviously. And we're going to go to Insert, click on Shapes, and draw out another rectangle. We're all about the rectangles today, folks. We're all about the rectangles today. And what we can do is we can go to, go to Shape, Outline, and No Outline, and click on Gradient, and perhaps click on this one over here, the dark variation for now, okay? And then go back, click Gradient again, and go to More Gradients. This will pop up. What you're gonna do is remove the middle stop over here by clicking on it and clicking on X, and pick any color choices that you would like to use for this specifically. I already pre-picked mine. I want to go with the light blue at the beginning. I want it to fade into the light blue as well. Remember, I have two colors here. They're the exact same color. The difference now is I'm going to change the transparency to this, right? To 10% here and 100% here. So now what I want to do is I want to make sure that this comes on top of this. So I'm going to right click and click on Send to Front and bring this up to the top, just like that. And this looks much better already, much better. Look at this. Ready? Boom. Now that looks really clean. It plays with the colors very well. If you want to go for a darker tone, that's fine too. All you have to do is just go here, click on Format, click on Shape Fill, go to Gradient, More Gradients, and just change the color. So I can go for a darker blue, something like this maybe. Do the same exact thing that I did before, except now I'm going to change transparency to 100 here, and change the transparency to, let's say, 10% here. And then you just want to bring this back up, and go ahead and play it one more time. Cool beans, I love it. So we're gonna go with this one for now because both play out to be great, but maybe this one would do the job right now. So the issue is that when we hit the slideshow button over here, we can't play the video until we hit the space bar or the mouse button. And I'll prove it to you. If we press space right now, we have to literally tell PowerPoint saying, hey, don't play anything until I hit that space key. Just wait, all right? Don't do anything until I do that. And this sort of takes away from the wow effect. And the second problem just came up right now. The video just literally stops playing after it's done. That sort of takes away from the effect as well, because we want something to keep going, in a loop, to make sure that we have an asset that's playing in the background and it's continually animated and it's continually dynamic, and we're gonna make our audience go, wow, that looks amazing. So, how can we overcome that problem? It's actually pretty easy, because thankfully PowerPoint thought about this and put in some features for us that makes it easy to get that video in the background, to get any video you really want, right? Customize the way that you want it. What do we have to do? Well, first of all, we're gonna have to move this up, we're gonna move this down, and we're gonna click on the video itself. You get two options under video tools here. You're gonna click on format, sorry, not format, you're gonna click on playback, and what you're gonna do here, the first thing you're gonna do is change the start to automatically. And what that does is basically tell PowerPoint, listen to me. With the second that this slide comes up, at any moment of time, I want you to play that video. You don't have to wait for my spacebar, you don't have to wait for my go. You can just go ahead, PowerPoint, do your thing, all right? The second thing you wanna do is click on loop until stopped, because this tells PowerPoint, keep going, right? Just go back from second zero. Just restart the video. Don't stop until I move to the next slide. And that's really important for you to understand, because this is the only way that you can make sure, absolutely 100% sure, that your video is gonna keep going in the background and you don't have to do anything. Nothing. All right? So now that that's out of the way, what we can do is we can bring this blue guy up again, this gradient, and this guy down here. And we're gonna check this one more time. And if we did things correctly, the second I hit slideshow now, it's going to keep playing and it's not gonna stop. Here we go. There we go. See? See? How cool is this? How cool is this, you guys? How cool is this? It's animated, it's easy, it took you less than like 5 or 6 minutes to do, and it looks like this. And it's great. This is how easy good slide design is. That's all from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do sign up to slidecow.com. We have templates, we have free giveaways, we have everything that you guys could ever imagine, anytime, any place. The PowerPoint platform of the internet, guaranteed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. This is Yo-Yo signing off. Bye-bye.